3 years, 3 months and 25 days, and it is finally over. The health crisis has officially been declared as over here in Spain. They have updated the law. All of the restrictions are gone. I'm going to jump right into all that information in just a moment, but we are finally all clear. It is finally all over. I said on this channel I would keep you up to date with all of the restrictions, and we've done it for the last 2 years or so. And I'm finally bringing you the last update as regards to COVID, the pandemic, all of that, restrictions. This is going to be the last little update for that. It is officially over. Let's jump right into it. So everyone, if you are new to the channel, I am Andrew. I do live here in Tenerife, and I have done for the last 9 years. It's gone by quite quickly. If you are returning, a big welcome back. Now do not panic. We will still be bringing you the news updates when there is relevant information to give you, or things that I find might be useful for you. But in terms of the pandemic, we've done so many now, and it is now officially over. I'm declaring this to be the last update to give you. The health crisis due to COVID is officially declared over in Spain. After 3 years, 3 months, 25 days, the health crisis caused by COVID-19 is officially over in Spain. On March the 11th, back in 2020, the World Health Organization declared the emergency situation due to COVID to be a global pandemic. And today, the updated decree law ending has been published in the BOE over here in Spain. That includes the Canaries, Tenerife, of course, as well. This finally ends any outstanding restrictions that were activated during the pandemic, including the mandatory use of masks in medical centres, hospitals, and pharmacies with immediate effect. So, to be clear, it is all gone. There is no restrictions to get in. There's no need to show COVID passes. There's no masks. There's no anything anymore. It is all officially over. Now, bear in mind, of course, that is no disrespect to anyone who unfortunately did pass away from COVID, including my nan, who would be telling me off right now for not wearing a hat. So, of course, a lot of people did lose family members. And, you know, you've got to bear that in mind, that it may be over, but it might not be over for them. People are still grieving their losses from COVID-19. If you are, I'm right there with you. But it is good news. It's good news for the island. I still see people asking in the groups all the time, do I still need a mask? And do you still need one on the bus? And we've had so many rules and so many rule changes. Don't we all know it with the updates I've done? It has all become a little bit confusing, and people remember something and then the next week it changes. So it's all done. It's all finished, thankfully. And we are, it's officially done. But COVID-19 still does knock around. So obviously you do still have to be careful yourselves. It doesn't mean you're not going to catch it. It doesn't mean you can't get it anymore. It's just no longer a health crisis over here in Spain. There was a few little details of this article. I will leave it in the description if you want to read through it. But it's officially declared as of today to be over. I don't know how many news updates we did on this, on all the different restrictions. It was quite a few. If you did find the channel that way, I do appreciate it. I'm sure a lot of you are still watching. We do have a lot of videos come up on the channel, live streams as well. The updated decree states it was a global health crisis of extraordinary magnitude and severity, both due to the high risk of contagion, the high number of people affected, and the pressure on the health services, as well as the extremely high social and economic cost derived from the extraordinary measures of containment and distancing adopted. Quite a elaborate way of explaining it. You've got to bear in mind it's all translated over as well. There are also still recommendations in place though. So if you are in those busy areas, you do have health conditions, you do have maybe asthma, things like that, they still recommend that you wear a mask in those busy areas, maybe on busy coaches. They're still recommending, of course, vaccinations when they are due. I think they're going to be rolling out another vaccination program this winter for the over 60s. So do, of course, stay on top of that. There's still recommendations for professionals in healthcare. And of course, if you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, no one's going to jump at you or tell you off for wearing one. If you feel more comfortable wearing one, wear it. It's whatever suits you. Look after yourselves. Don't worry about what other people think. If you want to get on the bus and you feel more comfortable in a mask, don't be afraid to wear one, because we will still see people wearing them, and we did actually see people wearing them before the pandemic started. So don't be afraid to do it. You do you, and don't worry about what other people think. Everyone's got their own opinions on it, but if you want to wear one, or you feel more comfortable wearing one, or you'd be worried not wearing one, you do you. I still also recommend, I'm a bit disappointed that so many places removed the hand sanitizer. I thought it was a great idea in general for hygiene, having the hand sanitizers everywhere, in the shops, in the bars, the restaurants. When you're going out to them, I didn't see any harm in sanitizing your hands. You know, stop the general flu, the general bugs that fly around, especially here in the Canaries in the winter. We have all kinds flying around in general, as does the rest of Europe. So a bit disappointed that a lot of businesses just don't refill those sanitizers anymore, despite the gel being very cheap, or they've removed them. I do still quite like having the sanitizer. I've still got it in work for my staff and my clients and myself. I use it all the time. You're in and out of the cars and stuff. I do like to keep on top of it. Laura carries a little bottle around with her as well, so don't be afraid to keep using that either. It's no harm done. You can avoid all the little bugs and colds and stuff that fly around, so I would still keep on with your hand sanitizer. But yeah, it's been a very long journey, 3 years wow, since it all began. I'm sure a lot of you remember back to lockdown. It was very surreal and strange over here when you think back. It seems almost 10 or 15 years ago that we had no one here, and it was just so surreal. We've come a long way since then. The island itself here is absolutely booming now. It really is picking up. We've got the Scottish over here, lots of families from Scotland where the kids have broken up early. We're really starting to see the summer season kick in. Along with that, massive rise in temperatures. This week has been a scorcher. You can't move without absolutely dripping. I'm dripping at the moment. It's very, very hot. So if you're on your way over, great news. It's going to be like this: clear blue skies, gorgeous ocean, and scorching temperatures. It's currently 32 degrees, and it is not scheduled to change all week. Very, very steady, high temperatures, very strong UV as well. So bring your sun cream, bring your hats. I can't stand hats. Bring your hats if you can wear them, if you feel comfortable in them. Make sure you aim for shade. Don't be out in the sun all day. You will really struggle. It's very, very strong in the sun at the moment. Get your factor 50 on as well. Look after yourselves, and plenty of water, plenty of hydration. I did see an ambulance was called yesterday to one of the markets. Someone had passed out with the heat. So look after yourselves if you're on your way over. It's going to be a scorching summer. It's going to be nice and busy. See, I'm absolutely dripping now. It's running into my eyes. But yeah, there we go. That is going to be the last, hopefully, I'm pretty confident it will be the last restrictions update, COVID update, any of that. All restrictions are done, and you can make your way over and have fun, not worry about any of that. Still look after yourselves. I will still be back though, fear not, with any important information or stuff that I feel is relevant or that might help you. So our little news updates will be still appearing on the channel when we've got enough news and relevant news to run through. But that's going to be it. Let me know your thoughts, everyone. We've come a long way. Thankfully, it is all over. Let me know down in the comments if you've watched all of the restrictions news updates right through from when we started. Thank you very much. Let me know if you have. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. We've got loads of videos on the channel, including live streams, restaurants, walkarounds, excursions. We've just done Siam Nights, which is back for the summer here in Tenerife. So that's on the channel. That went up a couple of days ago. So there's normally a video every single day. So do make sure you hit the subscribe. It's all completely free. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching, and stride on. Let me know your thoughts.